Hey, what's up guys? Got another video on this 2012 Toyota Tundra. Going to show you how to replace the front and rear differential oil along with the transfer case oil. So I'm going to start out with the rear differential, and if you guys can, just drive this around for a little bit, get that oil nice and warm, that way it flows out a little better. And you want to get yourself a drain pan here, and then your drain plug is going to be a 24 millimeter along with your fill plug. And you always want to remove your fill plug first before the drain plug, just in case for some reason you can't get this fill plug off and you already have the oil drained out and then you're kind of stuck. So let's go ahead and remove fill plug here. Get that broken free. So now we can go ahead and do the drain plug here. And then we'll go ahead and let this drain, and we'll also clean off this magnet here. You'll see a little bit of fuzzies there, but that's perfectly normal. So while we let that drain, let's go over what we're going to be filling the differentials and transfer case with. So I went with this Tri-X DTF-2. You can see this is 75W85. This is what Toyota calls for in the front and rear differential on these trucks. You can even see it says down here Toyota, and this is limited slip ready. I got this off of Amazon, or all this stuff off Amazon. I'll put links in the description for it. But I got a 6-quart pack, and then I got 2 single quarts, so a total of 8 quarts. And we'll see what we use. If I have any left over, what's nice about Amazon is I can send back maybe these 2 single quarts. And then for the transfer case, this is going to be the 75W90. You can see they got a sticker over it, but you can see right here, this is what the transfer case calls for. And I just got 1 quart of this. This should be enough. If it's not, then we'll go ahead and grab another quart of this locally. And then I got these crush washer pack here. Not sure if you can see that, but Rexa. But it comes with a total, if you were to do this 2 times, so it comes with a bunch of variety ones here. So we'll match them up with the crush washers that come off. Again, this is off Amazon. It was only like $6, I think, for this, so I'll put a link in the description for it. And then I'm going to be using this pump. So I had this laying around. I've used this on previous projects. So for these Tri-X quart size jugs here, it's actually a gallon size cap. So this is from Pennzoil, which is also on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for it. But this will screw right onto this quart size jug here. And you can see it goes straight to the bottom, and this will help us pump it in. And for the transfer case, what's nice about these Valvoline bags of oil is you can get up there and just squeeze this out. So these come in handy as well. So then just take a look at your, this is gonna be your drain and your fill plug for the rear. So if you pull off this crush washer here, you can see it's flat on one side, and then there's a little indentation on the inside here. So if you open up your crush washers here, you match that up, you can see this one here has the little indentation inside, and then it's flat on this side. So we'll use that for the drain, and then I believe that the fill plug is going to be the same. Yeah, you can see that indentation, and then it's flat on that side. So grab another one of those. That looks like it. So now we should be able to put our plugs in, and let's start filling. So as you can see, that's all done draining now. So go ahead and take your drain plug, and remember your drain plug has the magnet on it. And then with your new crush washer, go ahead and screw that in. Get that tight, and we're going to torque that to 36 foot-pounds. So go ahead and get that torqued. Like that. Go ahead and wipe off any of that excess oil. We'll use some brake cleaner here at the end too to wash it off. So then go ahead and slide your pan back under here, and we're going to go ahead and start filling with our pump. And then we're going to fill this until it starts coming out of the fill hole here. That's when we know to stop. So what's nice about this too is you can kind of sits in here and then it kind of locks itself in there somewhat. So get that in there, and we'll go ahead and start pumping here. So as you can see, there's 1 quart. So let me get this swapped out. Okay, so there's 2 full quarts. Okay, so there's 3 quarts. Okay, so there's 4 quarts. Should be getting close here. Okay guys, so as you can see, that's starting to run out now. And that was right around 5.5 quarts, but give or take, because this pump does leave maybe just a little bit in the bottom. So if you combine the other 4 quarts, you'll get more out of it as well. So now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna let this sit here and run out until it pretty much stops running out, and then we'll be full. So as you can see, that's pretty much done flowing out of there. So we should be good on our level. But if you are unsure on your level, you can take an Allen wrench such as this. Just go ahead and stick this in. Stick it on the bottom there. And you can see we're right at the top there. So we're good on our level. Because you just want that level to be pretty much flush or just below the fill plug here. So then just take your new fill plug. Just going to wipe this off right here, along with your new crush washer. Go ahead and screw that in. And then you're going to torque that to the same 36 foot-pounds. And then if you guys don't have a torque wrench, that's fine. Just get them nice and snug. So then just take some brake cleaner and let's just go ahead and spray this off. So now moving on to the front differential, I'm going to remove this skid plate here to give us a little better access. So you're going to have 3 10mm bolts right here. It looks like this one's missing, but go ahead and undo those 3. Next, grab a 12mm, and you're going to have bolts up in these 2 holes up front here, and then there's going to be 3 in the back there. So let's go ahead and do these front ones first. And then your other 3 are going to be right in here, that back one, and then this one right here. So go ahead and undo those. Then you should be able to slide this kind of backwards. And it looks like I'm getting caught up front here. So it looks like I was just getting caught on these tabs right here. So if you just kind of pry those out of there, you can get this out of the way. So now that gives us a little better access, and the area we need to focus on is going to be right here. Your front diff, drain plug, and fill plug is going to be right on this driver's side. Okay, so it is a really tight fit under here. If you guys need to, you can always jack the truck up, and just to get the fill plug off, and then the drain plug, and then you can lower it and start pumping it in, just so you get an accurate reading. So what you want to do, you can see here's our drain plug, and then our fill plug is going to be right there, and these are going to be 10mm Allen sockets is what you want to use on that. So again, let's go ahead and get the fill plug off first. Try to get up under here, try and break that guy free. Like that. Go ahead and pull that off. Have your drain pan ready in case some does come out of that. So there's that. And it looks like our crush washer's stuck on there. So grab that. So now with that fill plug off, let's go ahead and do the break free the drain plug here. Get that broken free. Get your drain pan ready here. And go ahead and let that drain. And then if you guys notice, for the drain plug for the front diff has the copper crush washer. So go ahead and replace that. And then for the fill plug, it looks like it's going to be the same exact style that was on the rear differential drain and fill plug. So find the one with the groove. So it's going to be that one there. So as you can see, that's pretty much done draining. I went ahead and just wiped that. So take your drain plug with your new copper crush washer. Go ahead and screw that in. And then you're going to torque this to 48 foot-pounds if you can get your torque wrench in here. And it's pretty tight without it being jacked up here, so let's see if I can move my torque wrench over here maybe. Right there. So now we can go ahead and start filling again with your 75/85, just like the rear end. Now I did combine what was left of those 4 quarts into this, and I got about half a quart out of this, so let's go ahead and stick this up in here. Try to get you guys the best camera angle here. And we'll go ahead and start pumping. So that right there is about maybe half a quart, a little more over half a quart. Let me go ahead and swap this one out. Okay, so that right there is about 1.5 quarts or so. Just grab another quart. Okay, so right there, you can see it's starting to come out. It's kind of hard to see from the angle I was at. But we'll go ahead and let that drain till it stops. So you can see that's pretty much done flowing out of there. So again, let's go ahead and check our level just to be sure with our Allen wrench. So get that in there, bring it upward. And you can see We are right there, so we should be good right there. So then go ahead and take your fill plug with your new crush washer. Go ahead and screw that in. And then we'll try to get our torque wrench in here. But this one's going to be torqued to 29 foot-pounds. Get this drain pan out of the way. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I'm not going to have any room to torque that plug, so just use your socket wrench and go to what would be right around 29 foot-pounds. So about right there. Again, just wipe this off, and then I'll do a quick shot of brake clean on here. So then go ahead and get your skid plate back on here. And then if you guys notice, there's these actual hooks on the skid plate here that go up into this right there, and then they come out right here. There's one on each side, so if you can get those kind of hooked in there, it makes this a lot easier. So there's that side. I'll go ahead and do the other side. So then just go around, get all your 12mm bolts back in. And then don't forget your 3 10mm screws, or in my case, only 2 since this one was missing. Get those up in there and tightened. And then last but not least, the transfer case. So in order to access the drain plug here, we're gonna have to remove this splash shield here, or guard. So just take a 12mm, go ahead and remove those. And then there's going to be 2 more on the back side right here. If I can get onto it. And just pull that off of there like that. So now we got access to our drain plug here. And then our fill plug is going to be right here. So just like the rear end, both the drain and fill plug are going to be 24mm. And for this fill plug, to get that off, you want to get a little bit of an extension here, because you want to get past this guard right here. So you can get your socket wrench in there like that. So now let's go ahead and try and remove this fill plug here. Get that broken free. Again, have your pan ready in case oil comes out of there. So there's our fill plug. Now we'll go ahead and do our drain plug. See if I can break it free here first. There we go. And go ahead and pull that. Again, just make sure it's going to go into the pan here. And there's your drain plug. We'll go ahead and let this drain. So once that finishes draining, grab your drain plug with your new crush washer, and the crush washer is going to be the flat on both sides, is the one you'll want to use for that. So, and the drain plug and the fill plug are going to be exactly the same, and then the same crush washer. So go ahead and get that screwed in there. Just wipe this off. And they're going to torque the drain plug and the fill plug to 26 foot-pounds. Right there. So now we can go ahead and start filling. So again, I'll be using my 7590 Valvoline here, and I went ahead and cut this top off of here already. So let's go ahead and start filling. Like I said, what's nice about these bags is you can get them pretty much in anywhere. So go ahead and start squeezing that in there. And I must not have my cap on all the way or tight enough. As you can see, it's leaking out of the cap. So yeah, that was a little loose there. Let's try this again. I'll just keep squeezing this until it becomes empty. So just make sure you squeeze all that out of there. So that's one full quart there. And then we'll just check our level and see if we need to get some more here. So now let's go ahead and just check our level here with our Allen wrench. I'm just going to stick it up in there. Bring it down. And if you notice, looks like we're right about right there. So we'd probably be good right there. Just need to come up maybe just a little more. So I'm just going to see if I can maybe just squeeze a little more out of this. Just so we can get completely full there. Because it looks like there might be some at the bottom here. Let's see if I can squeeze the rest of this out of here. Like that, and let's just check it now, see if maybe it's a little higher. And if you notice, so yeah, that looks good because we're right about right there. So pretty much even, almost even with the fill plug there. So we should be good right there. So it looks like you'll be fine if you just buy 1 quart of this 80W90, because I think this is like right around 1.1 quarts is all. So a lot of it is still sitting in there, just a little bit of it. So that 0.1 is probably still in the transfer case. So you'll be fine with just doing 1 quart of this. So then grab your fill plug with your new crush washer. Go ahead and get that screwed on. And then again, we'll torque that to 26 foot-pounds as well. Wipe off some of this excess. And then of course, go ahead and spray that off. And then go ahead and get your little guard put back on here. So that's all there is to it. Again, this was a 2012 Toyota Tundra. Went ahead and replaced the front and rear differential gear oil along with the transfer case oil. Pretty simple job to do on these trucks. It's a little tight getting into that front differential, but it is manageable. And then as far as the gear oil, you guys will be safe if you do what I did and buy the 8 quarts of 75W85 for the front and rear, because the rear end took just a little over 5 quarts, and then the front differential was just a little over 2 quarts. So you guys will be safe with 8 quarts of that. And then as far as the transfer case, as you guys saw, I was able to just use 1 quart of that 75W90. Just make sure you check that level after you're done filling it. If it's not coming out of the fill hole there, use your Allen wrench just to check it. Make sure it's right level with the fill hole or just a hair below it, and you guys will be safe. So I hope this video helps you out. If it does, hit that subscribe button. Check out some of my other videos. I got a few on this truck alone, and I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate you watching.